channel. Today I want to talk about my NEWTs TBR. So from the 9th of June to the 9th of July I completed Arithmetic, Astronomy, Care of Magical Creatures, Charms, Defense Against the Dark Arts, Magical Studies and Transfiguration Owls as part of the Owls Readathon. So that opens a lot of possibilities for me for my NEWTs. I have decided that I would love to get an outstanding in Transfiguration, Care of Magical Creatures, Arithmetic, Charms, and hopefully Defense Against the Dark Arts, as these are areas that I would like to teach in as a professor. I have also arranged to do Astronomy and Muggle Studies, but they aren't my priority. So today I just wanted to discuss each of the books that I'm reading for each prompt. I won't give a synopsis for each book just because I would be here for a month of Sundays and this video would be way too long. First up, I needed to combine my Booktubeathon TBR with my NEWTs. Link to my TBR video for the Booktubeathon will be in the cards. So the reading order that I am doing these in is different to how I'm going to show you as a whole. So I'm going to go through each of the subjects and their prompts and which books I have assigned to them. I will say whether it's part of my TBR or not, and it's going to shape my reading order because it is rather prescriptive. So for Transfiguration, the first challenge is a book with a grey cover. Radio Silence by Alice Oseman also covers this. I'm using this for Has Green on the cover for the Booktubeathon, so I thought that was kind of funny. I'm using it for both of those. The next book I have is Persepolis by Marjane Satrapi. I'm sorry if this is a new to you author. I've never read any of her work before and I'm very keen to read this. And the final book to achieve an outstanding in Transfiguration is set in a kingdom or has royals in it, and I'm going with Prince Caspian and the Chronicles of Narnia, book 4. I will be reading The Horse and His Boy in the Booktubeathon, so this will come afterwards. Very excited to finish off this entire series for the NEWTs. So for Care of Magical Creatures, as discussed, I'm going to read The Horse and His Boy for the Booktubeathon TBR. This has an animal on the cover, so that hits that prompt. Then for a book less than 160 pages, I am reading Dear Ijeawele by Chimamanda and Ngozi. This is a really short book. I think it only has just 61 pages, so definitely under 160 pages, so very keen to pick this up. And finally, for Includes Dragons in some way, I'm going with The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, the 5th book in the Chronicles of Narnia series. I think this is a dragon on the front, so hopefully... Oh, on this extraordinary voyage of discovery they encounter a dragon, a sea serpent, a band of invisible people, a magician, and also the great Aslan himself. So, Includes Dragons, going with this one. So that's knocked out Transfiguration and Care of Magical Creatures. Hopefully I will finish both of those and have outstandings in them. Moving on, the next one I will probably hit off will be Arithmetic, and that's just due to the Booktubeathon and the way that all of these run. So for at least 300 pages, I'm going to read Teacher by Gabby Stroud, and I think it's 334, so that's over 300 pages. Fit that prompt nicely. The next is End on an Even Number of Pages, and I have gone with the Sleeping Giants by Sylviane Nouvelle. This ends on page 376, so that is an even number of pages, and I'm very keen to start this series. I've heard mixed reviews, especially towards the end, but I want to give it a shot myself and see how we go. And finally, to achieve an outstanding, I will be reading the 6th book in the Chronicle of Narnia series, The Silver Chair, and this covers the prompt of not the first in the series. So, yep, ticking that one off, and we'll have almost finished the challenge. I will then switch over to my charms, which will include Magic in It, Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan. Very excited to read this one as discussed. It is part of my Booktubeathon TBR, so that will knock that one out of the park. The next is a cover that has charmed you. I am also using this as a beautiful spine book for my Booktubeathon TBR. Gold Made of Stars by Ashley Herring Blake. Very excited to read this book and see what it's all about. Then, after I've finished the Booktubeathon, I will pick up The Tattooist of Auschwitz by Heather Morris. I'm very excited to read this, and this will fit the prompt of a book you think will leave a mark. I have no doubt that this will be a hard-hitting book, and I am apprehensive, I'm nervous for my feelings, and I can't wait to read it. I've hit Transfiguration, Care of Magical Creatures, Arithmancy, and Charms, all 4 outstandings. If I get any further than this, I will just be absolutely gobsmacked. I have no idea how I'm going to do this many books, but I will keep going, because I still have Defense Against the Dark Arts, Model Studies, and Astronomy that I can potentially complete. So, the first book that I'm going to read for Defense Against the Dark Arts is the last in a series, The Last Battle, the final 7th book in the Chronicles of Narnia, and hit this series home. I have no idea what the remainder of these books are about, but I'm going to read them. I'm going to get through it. So this will probably be my goal for my NEWTs, will be an achieved in Defense Against the Dark Arts, with everyone else being outstanding, hopefully, fingers crossed. Oh, I'm nervous. The next will be a foiled book, Cece by Madeline Miller. I am so excited to read this. I've had it on my TBR forever, just have never got around to it, and I can't wait to dive in. Hopefully I will get around to it, otherwise hopefully it will just be the first book I read in September. And finally, to achieve an outstanding in Defense Against the Dark Arts, I need a book that has dark in the title. Beautiful Darkness by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. This is the second book in the Beautiful Creatures series. I've read the first one last year. I'm really trying to continue on with series this year and either finish them off or at least make some progress. The first half of this year I started a lot of series, but I haven't finished many, so hopefully we can make a bit more progress throughout the remainder of the year. So that will be Defense Against the Dark Arts. Then I have no idea if I'm going to get to Muggle Studies or Astronomy, but if I do, I have a book from my favourite author lined up, and that is Trickster's Choice by Tamora Pierce. I love Tamora Pierce. Wonderful, wonderful stories, and I would like to see where this goes. So, the next one would be a biography, and I really want to read Educated by Tara Westover. I think it would also be a really hard-hitting book, and I don't know, I want to read this, so hopefully I will either get to it in August or September. We shall see. The final book I would read is a retelling, and I've gone with Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I'm really eager to read both of her books that have made their rounds, but we'll see how we go. This is a retelling of Achilles' story, I believe, but so that would be an outstanding in Muggle Studies. For Astronomy, I only have the first book prepared, which is a book that has stars on the cover. I would go with Stardust by Neil Gaiman. It's got lovely stars here. The last 2 prompts are the word sky in the title and set on a different planet and all world. I'm sure I could pick up a fantasy book. I don't know many books that have sky that spring to mind. The Sky in the Deep was one that was floating around, so I could potentially get that from my library. I'm sure if I googled it I could find heaps and heaps and heaps, but I figure I have a lot cut out for me already. So, oh my goodness, there is so many books. I am so overwhelmed and so excited, and I'm very excited to have the Booktubeathon to help start my week off. I will be teaching till the 16th of August, so halfway through. I'm going to be at school from 8 a.m. till 4:35, and I don't know, I'll have a lot to plan afterwards, and I'm just hoping I can get through a lot of books. I'm hoping that I've picked books that will either be really quick to read or I'm absolutely going to love and devour. So we shall see how that goes. That was exhausting. Alright, so this is my NEWTs TBR. Oh my goodness. I'm scared. But it's going to be a blast. I'm so excited. So, this is the reading order. The bottom ones stay the same, but the top ones shuffle around a bit depending on where I need to go, what I need to do, my Booktubeathon TBR and the challenges to meet that, and where they come in the NEWTs. So, there we go. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry it's so long. I have been using the wonderful cutout from Creating & Co. that was a free printable on their website to help structure my entire reading process. I need to reprint it out, make a nice one, stick it in my bullet journal, and away we go. Thank you so much for watching, and have a lovely one. Happy reading, little chapters. I'll see you next time. Bye.